I think I finally figured out how to put into words and kind of boil down and solidify what it is I'm trying to do here with this account. And I think it is that I want to share with you my own experiments in well-being, because that's essentially what I've been doing with my life, is just experimenting with improving my well-being. And I started, like most people, I started with the mental well-being first, because that was what everyone said, go to therapy, right? So I went to therapy, I did the mental well-being stuff. Then I moved on to the physical well-being, at diet, exercise, and that made a huge difference. And then I moved into the emotional well-being, which I kind of struggled with, because I was intellectualizing my feelings and not really feeling them. And the whole time I was experimenting with spirituality. I'd never found anything that really felt good and right to me on a spiritual level. And so, but I was working on all these areas, right? And I just felt like something wasn't right, something wasn't working. And I told you guys about how I did the ketamine psychedelic assisted therapy and how it's like changed my life. But I couldn't really put into words or figure out like why or how. And I think I figured it out, and I want to share with you guys. So we talk a lot about, this foundation when we're talking about healing and our well-being, overall well-being. We talk about the foundation of the mental, the physical, the emotional, and the spiritual well-being. But we're only just now starting to talk about the nervous system's well-being, right? The well-being of our nervous system, which is like kind of the linchpin. It affects everything. But I realized for me, what was going on is I was spending all my time and energy, in this lower section here, right? The foundation. I was working on my mental health. I was working on my physical health. I was working on my emotional health. I was working on my spiritual health. And all of that was feeding up to like keep my nervous system somewhat regulated, right? But my nervous system was so dysregulated for, reasons I've addressed in other videos. Basically, I was born into a womb full of cortisol to a mother who was highly dysregulated for good reason. And then I grew up in a home that was highly dysregulated. So I was just a big bundle of dysregulation. And all of this effort that I was doing was feeding my nervous system and like trying to meet all of its needs, right? But my nervous system was kind of like an energy vampire. It was taking and it was not able to give back because it was so dysregulated. But once I did the ketamine psychedelic assisted therapy and I released all that trauma, that like passed down generational trauma from my mother, the stuff I collected in the womb that I wasn't even aware was there. I had no idea that was there until I did the therapy, the ketamine. But once I was able to release that, now the energy can flow freely back. So I feed into my nervous system and my nervous system can feed back into these other parts of my life. And I'm feeling that flow finally that I think probably most people feel, or more people are feeling than I was. I had no idea what peace felt like until after I had done those ketamine treatments. And so now there's just a better flow of energy between all of these systems. And so I just wanted to come share with you that if you're doing, you're working hard at your mental, physical, emotional, and spiritual well-being, and you're still feeling like something's not quite right, it could be that your nervous system is dysregulated. There's something that's got a death grip on it that's not letting go. And my personal experience, I can't, there's probably a million other ways to access it. But for me personally, the only thing that really did the trick was the ketamine, the psychedelic assisted therapy. If you're interested, please check out the book and Netflix documentary, How to Change Your Mind. It'll answer all your questions. All right. Love you. Have a great day.